In recent years, Kenya has seen an alarming surge in wash scams, a type of fraud that has affected countless lives and robbed unsuspecting individuals of their hard-earned money. These scams, often highly organized and intricate, continue to operate, generating millions of shillings in illegal profits despite ongoing efforts to curb them. Shockingly, reports suggest that an estimated 20% of Kenyans have been exposed to these scams in some form, either directly or through acquaintances. So, what makes these scams so successful? And why is Kenya a hot spot for this deceptive industry? Wash scams, named for the process of washing or converting fake currency into real, usable cash, are a complex form of fraud where scammers promise easy money, quick returns, or an instant fix to financial problems. This type of con is deeply ingrained in the Kenyan underworld and has become so pervasive that it's hard to separate the truth from fiction in certain business dealings. These scams have become part of a widespread, organized network, with many individuals and even influential personalities linked to their operations. This article delves into the rise of wash scams, exploring the intricate methods used, the psychology that leads people to fall for these schemes, the consequences on society, and what can be done to combat this growing menace. But before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in staying informed about critical issues affecting Kenya. Presentation of problem challenge. Wash scams lure victims in by promising high returns on what appear to be legitimate investment opportunities. The scams are cleverly tailored to appeal to universal human desires, tapping into people's dreams of financial security, quick wealth, or higher social status. These fraudsters create a facade of lucrative business ventures or unique opportunities that can transform an ordinary person into a wealthy one practically overnight. One of the classic methods in wash scams involves a bizarre yet convincing process of washing fake currency to turn it into what appears to be genuine cash. The scammers claim that by adding special chemicals or powders, ordinary paper or counterfeit notes can be transformed into actual currency. The illusion, orchestrated with theatrical flair, is often enough to convince victims of the process's authenticity. In some cases, the con artists put on elaborate displays, going as far as staging live demonstrations. They'll place a stack of fake bills on a table, douse it with special chemicals, and with a little sleight of hand, the seemingly ordinary paper is magically replaced with real currency. Often, these demonstrations are executed so skillfully that victims are left in awe, entirely convinced that they are witnessing a legitimate operation. But the process is, of course, nothing more than smoke and mirrors, designed to deceive the target and make them believe in the fantasy of quick riches. In addition to currency washing schemes, wash scams also include other tempting offers, such as access to exclusive business deals, real estate transactions, or even high-yield import-export ventures. The scammers, who are often dressed impeccably and armed with polished sales pitches, claim they can provide shortcuts to wealth if the victim is willing to invest upfront. Victims may be promised partnerships or insider access to profitable markets or exclusive properties, with the only guarantee being the scammer's knack for sounding convincing and authoritative. Once the victim takes the bait, they're pulled into an intricate web of deceit. The fraudsters manipulate their targets into providing personal information, signing documents, and most importantly, transferring money. They may ask for processing fees, legal clearances, or payments for the aforementioned chemicals. The amounts requested are often substantial, and the requests can seem plausible when presented within the context of the operation. In some instances, scammers go the extra mile to legitimize the setup by renting office spaces, hiring actors to pose as clients or employees, and using professional-looking props. This level of sophistication creates an environment that appears real and trustworthy, giving the victim a false sense of security. Each layer of the scam is carefully constructed to dispel any doubts, ensuring that the victim remains trapped until they're financially drained. Exploration development. To understand why wash scams continue to succeed in Kenya, it's essential to delve into the psychological mechanisms that these fraudsters leverage. Most wash scams appeal to greed and desperation. Many victims are lured in by the promise of vast wealth. Kenya's high unemployment rate and the limited economic opportunities make people more susceptible to financial scams. When individuals see an opportunity to make a lot of money quickly, the excitement often overpowers their judgment, and they might ignore red flags in their rush to succeed. Trust and social proof. Scammers often pose as trusted figures in society. Some even claim endorsements from influential personalities, politicians, or celebrities, which gives them an air of legitimacy. They may also produce testimonials from previous clients or show exaggerated results, which convinces the potential victim that others have benefited from this scheme, so it must be safe. Authority and expertise. The scammers masterfully project authority and expertise, dressing sharply, renting upscale offices, and sometimes even using fake law enforcement connections to make their operations appear legitimate. This authoritative presentation can intimidate victims into compliance or lull them into a false sense of security. Overwhelming the victim. Fraudsters often create a sense of urgency or complexity, making the scheme difficult to scrutinize. By overwhelming their victims with details, urgency, or time constraints, they prevent them from asking too many questions or thinking critically about the situation. Beyond the psychological manipulation, the societal impact of wash-wash scams is deeply concerning. The schemes not only rob individuals of their money, but also harm the economy by diverting money from legitimate businesses. For instance, those who lose their savings or investments to these frauds are often left financially crippled, creating a ripple effect of poverty, unemployment, and desperation. This destabilizing force ultimately slows down the growth of Kenya's economy, harming its global image and discouraging foreign investment. Conclusion: wash-wash scams have become a deeply entrenched issue in Kenya, affecting thousands of individuals from all walks of life. These scams thrive on human psychology, manipulating greed, trust, and social dynamics to ensnare their victims. With the devastating financial and social consequences these schemes bring, it is clear that there is an urgent need for awareness and vigilance. While it's challenging to eliminate these scams entirely, the solution lies in widespread education and public awareness. More people must be informed about the signs of wash-wash scams and understand how to protect themselves from falling prey to fraudsters. Media outlets, social organizations, and government agencies can play a vital role in highlighting these scams and creating initiatives to warn potential victims. If you've ever encountered a scam or know someone who has fallen victim, share your story in the comments below. Learning from others' experiences can be a powerful way to protect ourselves and our loved ones. And don't forget to subscribe for more eye-opening content to help you stay vigilant and informed on issues affecting our communities.